Welcome back to the program, everyone. Well, you remember when we were taught about the food pyramid, the table that advised us that this was what the ideal diet should be for health and wellness, that we should eat less of this and more of this. The first pyramid was published in Sweden in 1974. Then in 1992, the US Department of Agriculture introduced what was called the Food Guide Pyramid. It was updated in 2005 and then it was replaced by My Plate in 2011, and I'm just completely confused now about what kind of foods we should and shouldn't eat. And you touched on it before with the change in attitudes towards saturated fats, Jamie. So what should we be looking at as a guide to healthy food? Jamie, you're the expert here, so we'll start with you.
Basically, avoid food that causes inflammation in the body. Whole organic food, natural whole organic food is the best food. And you know, like I said earlier, saturated fat is not a problem. Saturated fat is stable, and you know, it is the refined fats, you know, the polyunsaturated fats like the cooking oil and table margarine. These are very, very dangerous. Okay, margarine is bad, and what about bread? Is bread good?
Yes, no,
That's a big question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that is a big question, because in the food pyramid, it's the traditional original food pyramid. It did say like majority of what we needed to eat was in that category of breads and grains, and cereals and whatever. But I guess we know better now. I mean, your big thing is no flour, no sugar, no rice. Tell us, that's controversial for PNG. Yeah.
True.
Well, I'm trying to help people who have issues with weight, and people who are actually diabetic. I'm guiding them, advising them to eat more wholesome food and avoid all the refined food. You see, refined food is unnatural. We are designed to eat natural food. Our body, the good Lord created the great big planet and all the living creatures and all the animals, even man, those who are strong Christians, we can relate to that. And God put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. He didn't put them in a palace or in a city, in the Garden of Eden. And that was the beginning. So what has changed? Man became very smart and invented all kinds of technologies. And we start, it's all about making money now. So food that's healthy doesn't last long on the shelf because it's all garden food. You harvest it, you need to cook it, prepare it, cook it immediately because it'll go bad. It doesn't last long on the shelf. So man wants to make money because many people can't make gardens now. We're all in cities, so they started finding out ways how to refine the flour, remove all the things that are making the flour moldy. So they polish the flour, grind it until it's white powder, and it's so refined. Okay, sugar is also refined. All this refined food, is now in the supermarket. We go and buy it, and we prepare meals. Even, like noodles. All this refined food, processed food made from refined white flour. So what's in the white flour? Okay, white flour has gluten, a protein that's very, very hard to digest, and also it's got a compound called amylopectin A1. It spikes the blood sugar up much higher than actual sucrose, the sugar from the sugar cane. It is very, very dangerous, this refined white flour, and it's very addictive, very addictive. Sugar and white flour are so addictive that kids, food industry, they all know that they target the children in the marketing campaign. They advertise on TV, on radio to target children once you get sugar, they become a slave. They addicted, and they'll cry for it. You know, they go with their parents to the supermarket, in the aisle, you know, at the checkout counter, all those sweets are there, and the kid's already addicted, and the mother, you know, she doesn't want to be embarrassed. The kid crying for this lolly. So, okay, here, just take it. So you see, this is an addiction problem at a very, very young age. And then eventually, all these spikes in blood sugar, when all this refined food gets in, the blood sugar is spiking. It goes too high. It's unnatural. If you eat local garden food, your blood sugar, when you eat, the blood sugar climbs gently and comes down, back to normal. Okay, that's normal. All the wild creatures in the wilderness, the blood sugar is like this. Even chimpanzees and even, you know, dogs in the bush. Once we domesticate them and feed the refined processed food, they start getting arthritis, diabetes. Even monkeys, they get heart disease. But in the wild, they don't get this disease. And human beings, like goilalas living in Tapini, so remote, all the trade stores have closed down. They resort back to their local food. I've been there. I've been to Tapini, Fane, Onoge. Very, very healthy people and very nice people there. But people in Port Moresby, in the settlements, even Highlanders too, they're all eating this cheap food, you know, noodles, rice, and, you know, Diana tin fish. And because they're poor people, they're, you know, subject to the, you know, below the poverty line, they had to struggle to survive. Huh? So they're eating all the bad food. And they're all getting heart disease and diabetes and cancer. You go to Pom General, at the ICU, a lot of people there are settlement people with all this heart disease. You know, it's all congested. And, you know, I used to think, because I got the statistics from the hospital itself, that, you know, I used to think that it's people who have money, who are wealthy, have heart problems, not the settlement people. Settlement people, they wake up, they eat 10 toya scone, wheat, cooked in vegetable oil. And they drink it with Coke. Huh? The body's inflamed. They got heart disease. Some are skinny, and they said, oh, fat people should be getting heart disease and cancer and all this diabetes. Skinny people also getting cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. So it's all about this inflammation.
Okay, thank you. Well, it's time to take a very quick break, but don't go away, because after the break we are going to have a quick look at our online obsession with food. Back soon.